we just didn't have the motors that we needed at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our motors were like 100 off.
Damn.
You know? Oh, yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I sat on the pole at Atlanta with a 100 off motor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, Doug Yates comes up to me before the race. He says, "Furr, I know them motors." He said, "They're 100 horsepower off." I said, "Well, maybe not." He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well," I said, "You see that corner over there?" I said, "Did your guy lift?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "My guy didn't."
I think it didn't go well in the race.
Well, we're leading the race.
Yeah.
We're actually running out of the picture, and Geoff Bodine's got Hoosiers on. And Bob Newton comes. The only really, your dad, I think, is third at the time, and Geoff Bodine's second, and we've run off hell probably over a half, three-quarter lap lead on the field. And Bob Newton comes down there. Jeff's running for the points. And he says, how about slowing up and letting Geoff lead a lap, get to 5 points at the time? And that was hard for me to do. I said, but, you know, he's still yanking on my leg. He said, you got to let him lead. You got to have them points. And so we do. I told Sachs to back off and let Geoff lead. Geoff broke a shock, and the shock went through my right front wheel.
Oh.
And stuffed us in the wall.
Yeah.
I said, I'll never do that again.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are or what you are. That'll never happen again. And Bob apologized and everything, but it's too late then. You know?
Yeah.
The concern of this week is tires. Remember, this track was newly paved back in the early part of August, and although Goodyear and Hoosier both tested here, no one could predict what was going to happen here this week. Now, the big problem here has been speed. The entire field broke the track record here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, including the pole sitter, who broke it by about 5.5 miles per hour. The concerns became reality yesterday when the right rear tire began to wear on the inside margin. A 2-inch segment on the inside margin where they had significant wear. That occurred at about 30 to 35 laps. If we have 35 lap wear today, it'll be a serious problem with pit strategy.
For the final time in 94, the race is on. For the lead. You just kind of felt that as you saw Derek Cope go down the backstretch, he had leading the first lap on his mind, and he did so. As we watch from Mark Martin's perspective, he's running far behind Greg Sachs. Now Martin to the inside of Greg Sachs in corner number 4 onto the straightaway. Kenny Wallace is running in 4th position. John Andretti 3 wide there for a moment inside of Joe Nemechek, that gets back behind him entering the corner.
Well, one thing we noticed yesterday in the ARCA race, especially after they got a few laps on their tires, when they tried to pass someone going into the corner, it made their cars extremely loose. We'll see if that happens here today in these Winston Cup cars, which are not that different from the ARCA cars. If you're going into these turns so fast, you get your pace here, the running perhaps over 190 miles per hour going through.
Well, we've got several things at stake, many contingency awards that will be awarded at the NASCAR Winston Cup banquet, which will you see on ESPN. We've got, of course, the final car owner points. That determines the provisional starters in the first few races of next year. The driver point standings, each worth a little bit more money, so there's a lot at stake here this afternoon.
And that first lap that Derek Cope led was his first lap that he's led since the Daytona 500. And Mark Martin evidently got loose going the corner, just like you pointed out, Ned.
Yes, he did. Someone gets right up on your back bumper. Boy, it really makes the car loose when you start into the corner.
Geoff Bodine went to 4th, and Jeff Gordon went to 5th position. And now Derek Cope is about to lose 2nd to Kenny Wallace. Wallace trying to get to the inside of Derek down the backstretch. The battle for the lead begins to heat up as Greg Sachs now sees Geoff Bodine within a couple of car lengths.
Yeah, Jeff had pulled out, or Greg Sachs had pulled out the big lead, but now he's running down. You see the third place car, the yellow car, Mark Martin. That's Sterling Marlin. He started before I did that.
There is Jeff Gordon, who won the pit stop competition in this group of cars here with John Andretti and Bud and Hope. and others.
Rush trying to get by on the inside, trying to get by Ricky Rudd.
Now Geoff Bodine makes a bid for the lead at the end of the backstretch. And he has it. And John Kernan has more.
That's the same car that Geoff Bodine led the early stages and was so dominant at this racetrack back in the spring. They probably, or think they should have won that race had they not blown an engine. They're making strategy for the first pit stop coming up in about 6 to 7 laps.
So the pace car is out, and the cars will come in now for the tire check before we resume competition. By the way, Greg Sachs, before he lost the lead, had led more laps today than in the previous 30 races this year. He had led 14 laps coming through this race. Right now, Geoff Bodine is up front in the Exide Batteries Chevrolet, or Ford, I should say, looking for his 4th win of the year.
You should have seen Greg Sachs Friday after qualifying. He was so excited. He was just bouncing up and down and screaming and yelling. He was truly excited. Now, who's staying out?
A couple of cars staying out there for their laps down. Jeff Burton, who has just come out of the pits, and Michael Waltrip there had also run a lap down. So all of them will be coming in right now. Let's go to John Kernan.
Rusty Wallace's crew is waiting for him to come into his pit, as is Geoff Bodine's. We're anticipating 4 tire changes. Bodine on the Hoosiers, Rusty Wallace, of course, on the Goodyears. Bodine leading the race. He's already in his pits. Work going on the right side. He wanted the car tightened up just a little bit. They decided to get to it. Rusty finally comes in. Let's go down to Jerry Punch. John, our early leader, Greg Sachs, in his Ford Thunderbird. So you're looking at 3 pits there. All 3, the triple split on the pits. They're going to change all 4 cars, but one of the problems that we could see early today, and the 7 car is out, and the 77 is out as well as the 2. Possibly may see today could be a buildup in the front grill of tire rubber and asphalt. Watch for a possible overheating problem. These cars, they should pit road. Bob?
I think we're going to see the number 3 car at the head of the field when we go back. He's pitted right down toward the end of the pits, and I think he won the race out of on pit road.
Well, we had 30 green flag laps. I've got Rusty Wallace's right rear. That's where a lot of the concern was. We look at the wear indicators on the inside. I don't know if you can see pretty well because we're in the shadow, but we're seeing a little bit of wear. One of these specialists told me that the right rear could have gone about 10 more laps. Let's go down to Dr. Jerry Punch.
Well, John, not to set up the same here at Earnhardt's pit. Take a look at his right rear. This is the fabric showing here in the right rear car. Now, granted, he was running the car awfully hard as they told him to the first 30 laps to see what we could see where. Remember, I showed you at the top of the show, inside 2 inches of that right rear. That's exactly where the fabric is showing. Green flag, Bob.
Pace car is off. Earnhardt leads him down. Green is out. Back to racing we go.
And Jeff Burton, when he pitted just a moment ago, thought he had a flat tire, but he did not have a flat tire. Evidently, it's probably just a little loose. And he's not getting up to speed again, so. And Michael Waltrip also is not getting up to speed. He had a problem early on. And they're seeing Nemechek. Both the contenders in the rookie points are down laps, both Nemechek and the 8 car.
Here comes Mark Martin moving to the inside of Greg Sachs and taking over 2nd position. Sachs battles back on the outside, but Mark holds the spot. John Kernan has an update on Geoff Bodine's tire wear.
Well, I just checked with the crew, Bob. Of course, Jeff has the Hoosiers on his car. They weren't expecting any problems. They tell me the tires after 30 laps were absolutely perfect. They feel confident, if need be, they could go to a fuel stop.
Now he moves to the inside of Greg Sachs. Geoff Bodine does and takes away 3rd position.
Meanwhile, back for the lead.
Mark Martin has his sights set on picking up 5 bonus points and leading this race and passes Earnhardt rather easily.
Dale Earnhardt, they changed engines in at Goodyear Chevy this morning. I talked to Ed Dillon there, the engine builder, head engine builder, also the winner of the A.E. Clevite Engine Builder of the Year award. She said the overall filter looked like it had some things in there they shouldn't be in there, so they changed engines. Oh, here comes Earnhardt back.
Just blew him away. Good battle for the lead also at the stripe. Geoff Bodine and Earnhardt are side by side into the corner. They stay that way as Greg Sachs runs 3rd in a really good battle for the lead here.
Did Bodine think that Earnhardt was not going to drive in on the outside of him? It maintains the lead.
Now, Earnhardt is checking those Hoosiers out, making them run down on the inside, making them run hard down on the inside just to see how they might stack up under those kind of conditions.
And Rudd wanted to have a good finish because he was only 1 point behind Ken Schrader in the point standings, worth $40,000.
That's the difference in the two positions.
And Geoff Bodine finally gets the lead. Now Greg Sachs is going to try.
And does get second. And Greg Sachs has hit the wall. Look at the damage on the right side.
No caution yet.
No caution. He's rolling down the straightaway, albeit very slowly. Let's see if he pulls off of the racetrack.
Now caution is coming out. There's some debris on the front.
Oh, and Rusty Wallace has blown up. Heavy smoke coming from that car. It happened right at the end of the straightaway, and you can see the oil that he's putting down, or something, in some kind of liquid. And boy, this could mean second place in the point standings for Mark Martin. And as I told you earlier, the difference is $115,000. Here's John Kernan.
Well, it's not a blown engine for Rusty Wallace. After Greg Sachs hit the wall, I can see debris scattering along the front stretch. Rusty came along, ran over a piece of debris. He has told the crew he thinks that he may have cut an oil line.
Man, what a tough break. Rusty just cannot catch a break. He lost an engine at Charlotte, an engine at Rockingham, and now debris. Looks like a Panhard bar, folks. See the rear.
It does.
Yeah,
That's exactly what my first thought was. Because
there's definitely, you can see that that rear end going in and out back there.
See, the right rear is supposed to be sticking out. It is sticking out.
All right, let's take a look at Greg Sachs and what happened to him to cause this problem.
Well, something happens to the right front. He loses the air in the right front tire. He goes in the wall. Now, we'll follow, and we see, let's see, some debris.
Caution flag is still out. They're picking up debris all along the fourth turn and front straightaway sections of Atlanta Motor Speedway after Greg Sachs created some after hitting the wall in turn number 4, and this is what it looked like.
Coming off the corner, and all of a sudden the air goes out of the right front. Looks like, I mean, might have broken something, but looks like just a simple air going out of the right front in the wall. John Kernan.
This is the right front tire that was taken off of Geoff Bodine's car, and as we tilt down, look at this, blistering right there, 45 laps under green. They tell me the car was just a little bit on the tight side, just a little bit of a push, and I'm also told Greg Sachs did blow a right front tire. Now let's go down pit road to Jerry Punch.
Hey, John, I can attest to what happened to Sachs. Look what Earnhardt's crew picked up a minute ago down here. That's the cap out of the right front brake caliper that came out of the Greg Sachs car. That came rolling down pit road and tumbling. One of the crew members went over and picked it up. Unfortunately, I got a little cloth around it here to tell you it's quite hot. Now, Earnhardt's situation, remember, he pitted a second time on lap 60. When the caution came out, he had to come back in, but he's a lap down. He thinks the car is there to make the lap up, but they had to come in after 30 laps because that first pit stop showed cord in the right rear. But no significant tire wear now, so Earnhardt can be turned loose again to try to pick up his lap.
We're back at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We've got a half a lap under green, and this is going to get interesting. The leader of the race is Mark Martin, but there is a whole bunch of people that are a lap down trying to get their laps back. Dale Earnhardt and Todd Bodine have gotten their laps back. Now, it looks like John Andretti may be leading, huh?
Geoff Bodine is leading the race. You're a half a lap behind, Bob. That's Geoff Bodine, the 7 car. John Andretti going for the lead right now.
Well, I told you, he's got the lead.
He does have the lead. Look at Andretti go.
That was just a little ahead of you.
Bob knew that was going to happen. Bodine.
Yeah.
It's not quite as steamy here as he was a little bit earlier.
Yes, what kind of problem could Geoff Bodine be having?
Well, you remember right at the first race, his car didn't take off on 4 brand new tires, so I don't know if that's just a characteristic or something, and he needs to get them warmed up.
I never see Warren Burton going into second spot, I'm sorry. It looks like the 7 car is on 7 cylinders. It looks like Bodine is on 7 cylinders.
I think you're right. Look at this car just blowing off down the straightaway, so
He's being passed on both sides.
yeah.
He's got a flat tire, we understand. Here he comes.
All that debris on the racetrack, the officials tried to clean it up as best they could, but you can't see everything. John Kernan, he's coming to you.
Well, Geoff Bodine thinking he has a flat tire, feeling a vibration, slowed you down, and we're bringing you down pit road. It's going to be right side tires only is what we're being told by crew chief Paul Andrews. They wait patiently. 55 miles an hour. Bodine finally makes it into his pit stall. They're going to work on the right side. Jack going in. 1, 2, 3 pumps. The right sides look good, though, so apparently it was not a flat on the right side is what they're now lifting up under the car. They've got the limits tight. Bodine will go down in a way, but he will go a lap down. They think it quite possibly, the discussion right now, a broken shock or a bad shot.
We've got a picture, or speed shot on the front straightaway. One reason we don't put a person with that camera, watch this. There's our speed shot from the start finish line.
Here comes Sachs. Wow. Right in the nose. The camera, it appears, is okay. It just got knocked around a little bit.